Hey everyone, today I'm going to be recording an old song from my old band Stick Figure. The song's called Garage Music. I'm going to be using Pro Tools and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So, a few things that need to happen first. First I need to find a tempo for the song. Second, I need to record a template track of guitar, just so I know the arrangement in my head. Then I'm going to be programming the drums through Reason. Then I'm going to be recording the guitar tracks. Then I'll be recording the drums. Or no, the bass, sorry. I already did the drums. Then I'm going to be recording both main and backing vocals. And then we're going to go through some of the mixing steps that I'm going to take. So first thing we're going to do is, I know that the tempo of the song is 140 beats per minute, so we're going to just open a mono auxiliary input. Insert a click track onto there. And we'll just set it for 140. 140. There we go. Everything's set for 140 there. Second thing I'm going to do is record just that arrangement template track, so I know when I'm programming my drums I can just kind of go along and do the fills like that. So here we go. We're going to record a template track for the arrangement. So first we're going to open up a mono audio track. Actually, and you know what I'm going to do before that even is I'm going to open up another stereo or another mono auxiliary input, because on that auxiliary input, and here we'll label this one click because there's two of them now. Click, and we're going to call this one amplitude. I'm going to be using a program called Amplitude to provide my guitar distortion instead of going through my amp. Amplitude basically has all the functions of a normal amp, just digital. It's all in your computer. So, harmonic amplitude. So that's what it looks like. It pretty much even looks like an amp head, like it's an amp. And from here you can choose a whole bunch of different types of distortion sounds. So I'm just going to choose the power tube one, close that off. Now, because an auxiliary input is actually not an audio track, it's an input, you have to find a way to get that onto an audio track to record that audio. So what you have to do is you have to send this, well, this is just one of the ways you can do it. What I do is I send it off to a bus number 1, and then on my audio track, the insert is bus 1. So that when I'm playing the guitar, it's going into the input from input 1, because that's where my guitar is coming in. Oh, I can already hear feedback. That's pretty funny. It's going to go in through input 1, actually input 2. Input 2, my guitar is going to be input 2. It'll go into the auxiliary input. It'll go out through bus 1. It'll go out of bus 1 into the input of the audio track, and from there I'll be able to record what I'm putting through the auxiliary input and playing through my guitar. So, okay, so I've got my handy dandy Gibson SG, and in case you're wondering, everything's going through this Digio 3 console right here. So when I'm recording a couple tracks at once or doing something like that, it's all going through the Digio 3. I'll just face this like that so you can kind of see it in the background. So I'm going to put my headphones on and I'm going to record this template track. Okay, so I just finished doing my template track. Basically, I can put the guitar down for a little bit. I can go and program my drums to that track, and then later on I can record my actual guitar tracks to the drums that I've placed in. Recording over drums is just so much easier. You get in such a better groove, and you stay focused on what's going on, because if you do it during a click, you tend to just kind of zone it out and go off time, and just recording the drums first is just way, way better. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to name this track guitar template. And then I'm going to open up yet another auxiliary input. This time it's going to be a stereo one. And this time, instead of adding like amplitude or a click track, I'm going to add Reason, which is where my drums are going to be programmed in the program of Reason itself. Reason will open up automatically. Comes with this funky song at the beginning. You can just kind of close that out and start from new. You get this window here. This is just what Reason looks like when it's empty. It's just got a little bit of a mix up here. you go and create your, I use Red drum computer. I'm going to install the Groove Masters Rock Kit 1 because I've had a lot of experience with it and I really like the sound of it. What happens is you've got all your sounds up here. So you've got your bass, your snare, tom, hi-hat, open, this one's closed, that one's open, and then your cymbal. You've got your naming of your patterns, so you can have A, B, C, D patterns, and within those A, B, C, Ds you have 1 through 8 of patterns. And how it actually works is you've got these 16 pads here, and whenever you want a hit of something, whether it be a bass, a snare, a cymbal, whatever, you program it on whichever beat, and then Reason will just play it, and you just program your beat like that. So I'm going to start programming the main beat for Garage Music, and hopefully within maybe 20 minutes or so, I'll have the entire drums all programmed. So, okay, so I'm pretty sure I got all the drum parts all programmed. So now what's going to happen is I'm going to bring up this little slidey thing, and I'm just going to tell Reason when I want it to play that specific beat to coordinate with what part of the song is being played. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so I've got all my drums programmed in here for Garage Music and Reason, and now it's time to lay down some guitar tracks. The way I do it is I'm using Amplitude, that program that does the distortion, and I'm just going to be recording a mono track, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to record a second mono track of the exact same thing, and then I'm going to pan each of them to each side of my headphones, so one left, one right, and it's a huge difference on how the guitar sounds. It sounds so much fuller, and it's twice as loud, and it's just twice as bitchin'. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off the monitor because my monitor actually makes a lot of interference with my guitar tracks. So I'm going to just hit F12, which I know is the record button. I can still hear everything because it's all bussed through that auxiliary input. And I can hear the drums obviously because it's all programmed through Reason. And I'm just going to lay down that guitar track.